about any of my feelings ever. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the things I discuss with like my therapist.
What about the facts?
Yeah, so the facts are what facts do you want? So he's telling people that they're
Name
stealing money.
seven
What he said
lies.
was, what he said was, right, is that they're stealing money from FEMA. That's what he said, like a bank, his exact words, and giving it to their illegal immigrants. That's what Trump said. That's a lie.
Okay. So when did he quote? I'm saying where's the source for that?
I just watched him say it live. You want me to put it on the screen so you can see it?
No. I'm just saying. I probably believe you,
Yeah, you
but
can see the
you know.
captions. I can put it on the screen. There's a screen right here. So all I
So
gotta do is turn this and you can watch it. We can watch it
I'm just
together.
saying, politicians steal money all the time. So
No, you can't. No, you can't steal. You can't steal money from FEMA. Now, when we talk about politicians stealing money all the time, I mean, I guess like Republicans. What's his name? Rick Scott.
Yeah.
How much money did he steal from Medicare? Was it Medicare, right?
Yeah, it was millions.
Million. He stole millions from Medicare.
I'm from Florida, so
Yeah.
be careful on that.
I
I'm
live
from
in Florida.
Yeah. Be careful with that. You
Yeah, so he
can't-
stole millions of
It's
dollars.
just like saying Obama stole $700 million from Social Security when he passed the Affordable Health Care
Yeah, that didn't.
Act.
I didn't
So
take $700 million from Social Security.
I'm saying he did. Well, look, Rick Scott did the same thing Obama did.
Okay, how did he do the same thing Obama did?
Because Obama was allowed to, through appropriations, take 700 million from Social Security.
Okay, can you provide a source for that?
Well, I'm saying you can Google it.
No, I'm not.
I'm
No,
on the
this is
phone,
your
so I can-
claim. Why should I Google it?
Well, look it up. You got more access to a computer than
Okay,
I
so
do.
this right here, you know what I'm saying, on the Associated Press.
$700 million from Social Security.
Yeah,
and
so
it'll come right.
Associated Press says that Rick Scott oversaw the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history.
Okay, and he still got elected. So okay, so
Well, I mean, he
was
probably
doing
won't
it
win
for
this
appropriate-
one.
Okay. Oh well, he's up on that one. Hey, look, let me ask you a quick question because I know a lot of the Democrats are.
I'm
on
not a
campaign.
Democrat. I don't give a shit about them.
Well, Harris supporters. You're a Harris supporter, or?
I wouldn't say I support her. I'm going to vote for her. But I wouldn't say that, you know what I'm saying, like we
I feel you. That's
align
the same with Trump.
ideologically. I wouldn't say we align
Yeah.
ideologically.
Yeah, I agree with you on that because I'm the same with Trump. I'm not like a supporter at all. I'm just more like, hey, I'm a policy.
You don't like black women. Policy?
Yeah, I'm a policy guy.
Name a policy for me.
Let's debate on policy.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Oh, yes, I do.
But I'm still looking for this Obama claim that you made.
Well, look, it's obvious and it's there. I'm just saying if you want to.
Well, I mean,
go ahead
bro,
and
I'm in my 40s,
let's
right?
talk about the things that you-
And I've been following politics my entire life. I've worked in politics my entire life. And okay, so it's false. The very first thing that comes up. We know that President Obama stole over $500 billion out of Medicare to switch it over to Obamacare, and immediately it says it's false. Oh, so a Tampa Republican is the one who said this. Oh,
Look, let me tell you this. I'll give you the right source. Let me give you.
the very first thing that comes up says that's not true.
Look, because you just seen the word false. Let me tell you how fact checkers do.
I
They
typed in
twist
exactly what you said, and the first thing that popped up was that it's a lie.
Yeah, because it's a left wing situation. They twist. Look, I know the tricks of the trade, buddy.
No, you
Come on
don't.
now, I'm very okay. Well, let's debate on the topic then. Give me.
Okay, you said you wanted to debate policy.
Let's do the board. Let's do the border.
You said you want.
That
I don't give a fuck about the border.
Well, okay. What particular area of politics?
Hold on.
that
Why
you
did Trump ask the governor of Oklahoma not to pass the bill? As a matter of fact, why did he have people go after him, threatening him to ruin him if he did?
This is good. This is good. This
So
is good.
the Republican governor of Oklahoma, he's lying when he says that he was told that he was going to be ruined.
The border bill.
Okay.
I'm asking you about the
Langford
border bill.
said, here, I'm gonna show you on the screen what Langford said.
Okay, great.
Hey, I want like, hey, raise your hand if you got 5 on him telling us he's a Christian at some point.
You say you talking to you talking to your audience, right? Can we just?
Can you read what's on the screen?
Okay, so
What does that say?
Senator says a popular commentator threatened to do whatever I can to destroy you if he negotiated a border deal during a presidential election year.
So
Okay, so let's go with that. Let's go with that. I'm
that
okay
that
with
was
this.
Senator Langford, the Republican of Oklahoma, right?
Okay.
So he's the one who helped to negotiate the border bill, right?
Okay.
And then
Yep.
several Republicans were on record saying it's the most comprehensive border bill America has ever seen. It was presented by a Republican. It was written predominantly by Republicans. As a matter of fact, when the Democratic Party tried to add, in some language, they didn't even vote on the vast majority of the Democrats' language that they wished to put in there. They didn't even vote on it. Wouldn't even take a vote.
Okay. There you go. See, so we can stop right there with the blame game, because if you had 7 people that didn't vote, hold on 1 second now. I listen to you respectfully. I actually like you a lot, Mr. Jones. But look, everybody blaming Trump when the Democrats didn't all vote. Okay,
Trump said to vote him. No, the Democrats did. Nobody voted on it because it was never presented.
No, it was.
No, it was not.
Okay, now let's.
The very first one, they said they weren't going to vote on it because it had money for Ukraine. So they said, nope, not going to do it. Then 2 weeks later, they approved the money for Ukraine. Actually, more money than was in the original bill. And then they presented it a second time, a clean bill with nothing in it, nothing at all. And then you know what they said? Then Trump said, blame it on me. Blame it on me.
You can say that. I would. Hey, look. Hey, he tanked a bad border bill.
It wasn't a bad border bill. Okay.
It was a bad border
Name the border bill that Trump presented.
Okay. Oh, good. I was hoping you go there.
Yep.
Okay, look. So you're not talking about the border bill that's still sitting on Chuck Schumer's desk that the Republicans passed way before this bill. Go look it up. It's the Security Borders Act. Go look it up. It was passed by both Republicans and Democrats.
That's impossible because then it would have gone to the president.
Okay, go. It's sitting on Chuck Schumer's desk right now, sir. You don't talk about that because all of this is talking points.
Secure the Border Act of 2023?
Yes, that was last year, sir. From the House. You didn't know that because you.
No, I do know about the bill.
Oh, okay, but it was bipartisan. True or false?
No, false.
Yeah, okay. 9 Democrats voted for it.
9? That's not bipartisan. Do you know how many Democrats are in the House of Representatives? That is not bipartisan.
Bipartisan means both parties.
No, sir. Bipartisan means that it's collectively agreed upon. That's not bipartisan.
How can you say a Senate bill is bipartisan when no Republicans
Because they collectively agreed on it. What do you mean no Republicans voted on it? Because Trump told them not to. Bro, listen, y'all are in a fucking cult. Y'all are in a cult.
It came to the
Y'all
floor.
are in a cult.
It came
Y'all are
to
in
the
a
floor.
cult.
No, come on.
Y'all are in a cult.
You got somebody who this is. I'm a little different than the people
You're not.
debate.
You're not.
Yeah, because
Bro, these aren't debates. Hold on, Will. I'm gonna mute you for just a second. I need to be very clear. These are not debates. These are conversations. Will, you are not my intellectual equal. It is not me being offensive, right? This is me just stating a fact, right? And so when we're having these conversations, I need you to understand that they are actually conversations. This is not a debate at all. 9 people is not what we would call bipartisan. That is not what we call bipartisan. Okay? And this is not a debate. Let's be clear. This is a conversation.
Okay, it's your life, so I respect that. But let me tell you, show me who defines what is bipartisan and what is not. Because when they was impeaching Donald Trump, when they had 1 or 2 Republicans to join them, or let's say 10, they called it bipartisan. Am I right or wrong?
No, I would say that's.
They said a bipartisan.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that was bipartisan.
When
I don't remember how many
Trump,
people voted to impeach Trump, but it had to be enough. It had to be enough.
Well, it was 10 Republicans joined the 10 Democrats joined the Republicans, and they called it bipartisan. So where's the stipulation that says what is bipartisan and what is not? Because
Well,
on
in HR
the
two, they
other
didn't
side,
accept. They didn't
anytime
accept.
one Republican
Sure.
crossed the aisle,
They didn't accept
go
a
ahead, sorry.
single stipulation from the Democratic Party. So when we're talking about bipartisan, it means that both parties worked to create the bill. And that's not what happened here. So that's what bipartisan is. When both parties collectively work to create the bill, and both parties didn't work to create the bill. So just because somebody voted on it doesn't mean that they both worked to create it. Because when submissions were made by the Democratic Party for the bill, they declined them.
Okay, and why would they not? The Republicans, not the Democrats. They don't do work in reverse. Look, let me tell you,
The Republicans haven't passed a significant piece of legislation nearly ever.
Okay, all right. So right now on Chuck Schumer's desk is a passed bill that passed the House that was voted on.
Okay.
And there was 2 Democrats that are co-sponsors of the bill. So go look it up. I can't look it up right now because if I get off of here, it'll cancel my lives. It'll cancel the live conversation. So go look it up. See,
Past
which
5/11,
Democrats actually
2023.
sponsored it, and 9 Democrats voted for it.
No, the sponsor was
Yeah,
Diaz
it did. It
Balart.
was
Mario
passed by
Diaz Balart was the sponsor. Now I can see if there was co-sponsors of the bill. So I'm going to look that up right now because I'm on the House's website.
see.
So it was introduced on 5/2.
But,
So let's see who else sponsored it.
Do we have a consensus?
Nope. So there's not a single other
have a
sponsor.
consensus
So it
that
was sponsored by a Republican.
You can't.
Sponsored by a Republican solely.
So why did not?
Yeah. So it was not sponsored by any Democrats. It was sponsored solely by a Republican.
Was it passed by the House?
On
Was it
on
passed?
5/11. Yeah. Who was in charge of the House?
Okay. Now, the Constitution said it goes to the Senate for vote, right? Chuck Schumer did not bring it up for a vote.
No, you don't
So
have to.
everybody
No,
talking
that's not
about
how
his
that works.
bill-
No, that's not how that works.
What? No, he don't have to bring it up, but it was forwarded to that branch of government.
What does that mean?
Whether they take it up and put it on the floor or not is their choice.
Received in Senate on 5/15, read the first time. Placed on Senate legislative calendar until read the first time. On 5/16, read the second time. Placed on legislative calendar under general orders, calendar number 71. So, I mean, all that tells me is that there was not enough senators to pass it. How many senators would it take to pass that bill?
Well, I'm just saying that goes both ways.
How many
on both
senators
bills.
would it take to pass that bill?
It'd take 51.
No, Jesus
Because the
Christ.
filibuster don't apply.
No, it would not.
Yeah, the filibuster does not apply to this particular bill because it's not appropriations. So it's the majority, and that's the Senate rule. That's the Senate rule. Just like the border bill that you so-called say that the Donald Trump sink, it only would took 51 to pass it because it's not. Well, it would have if they had the $100 billion in there, but that was taken out. So now you know there was another bill there. So that can cancel all the argument of saying, "Hey, the Republicans."
Tell me everything that was in. Tell me everything that was in HR 2.
Listen, sir, I can't look up that. You know, like I said, you don't have access.
You don't know what's in it. You never read it.
Yeah, I read it.
Okay, so
Of
what's
course
in it
I
then?
read
You should be able to tell me
His
then.
whole yes, sir. The whole concept was to secure the border. Okay, that they asked for the same thing that's in the Senate bill: more troops, more money for troops, not troops, but border security agents. That was there. They asked that the wall be completed, which Kamala Harris agreed to now. Right? They asked for the same things that you asked. The only difference is they did not ask for amnesty, which the Senate bill asked for. They wanted to make these people legal, and all these crosses to have a cap on it. Because the whole thing was to eliminate as much crossings as possible with the House bill. And 9 Democrats agreed with that. So now we know there's 2 bills, and that's the thing. Look, Ms. Jones, I think.
Oh, hold on. Damn it. All right, sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties. So the question I had asked you earlier was, can you name the bill that Trump presented? And you said, yeah, I'm glad you asked that. And then you gave me one that was presented in 2023, right? So that wouldn't have been Trump because Trump wasn't president in 2023. But Trump literally ran on the border. He ran on the border.
He's not part of the legislature.
Can I finish?
Go ahead, sir. Sorry, my fault. Go ahead.
So Trump was in office for 4 years and didn't present a single piece of legislation in regards to the border. As a matter of fact, before he took office, we had a net negative immigration, meaning Obama deported more people than he allowed into the United States. Somebody said look up HR 2 2017 2018. That's an agricultural bill.
Well, look.
So why didn't Trump present a single piece of border legislation?
I'm gonna tell you, yes, he did, because he got $15 billion appropriated to build the wall.
No, he didn't. He tried to do that through executive action by taking money from the Army Corps of Engineers, and then the court said you can't do that.
Okay, I can't Google it, but it was a border security bill for the build the wall. They appropriated.
What the fuck is? Have you ever been to Home Depot, Will? Will, you ever been to Home Depot?
I'm a developer, of course.
Oh, okay, got you. So then you know all I need is a shovel or some rope, a fucking ladder to climb a wall, right?
Well, I'm just saying it's there. It doesn't matter.
What difference would that make?
Look, we have. So, what difference does it make is that it takes time to construct these walls. It takes time to do it. Now, I'm just saying the same thing happening today, but Biden just decided to help start building the wall.
Here, I'm going to show you a video of an 8-year-old climbing Trump's wall.
Okay, well, hey, and they're doing it right now today.
Yeah, I'm going to show you a picture of an 8-year-old.
I guess you could say world-class mountain climbers. We got climbers. We had 20 mountain climbers. That's all they do. They love to climb mountains. They can have it. Me, I don't want to climb mountains, but they're very good. And we gave them different prototypes of walls. And this was the one that was hardest to climb. This wall can't be climbed. This is very
no, that's the wall, sir.
What the panel does on
those are the same panels. They just took a piece. No, sir.
Very hard to get by that panel.
That's a part of the wall.
That did hurt.
This whole thing started probably just 2 weeks ago. Our president had a news conference at a section of wall that was being erected right now on the southern border. And it was said, he said that it was unclimbable, that it was impenetrable, that they had 20 of the best mountain climbers in the world.
We had 20 mountain climbers. That's all they do. They love to climb mountains.
Of course, you never tell a bona fide rock climber that something's impossible, because that now becomes a challenge.
Ready? Go ahead.
And because the Red River Gorge Climbers Coalition is holding their annual Rocktoberfest,
Bro, no, it's not. It's a section of the wall.
To get people out here and give them a chance to climb it.
It's a section of it. If you just, what do you need the whole wall for? You only need a section to show that it's climbable.
None of us know of these 20 climbers he's talking about.
God damn it, you guys are so fucking stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
No, man. Come on now, don't be losing your temper when look.
Didn't even listen to the person speaking at all. Didn't even listen to the person speaking at all. That was not a prototype. That was a section of the goddamn wall.
Rewind it. He said prototype. Rewind it.
Fucking hate coons, man. I swear. I wish they'd deport y'all asses, man. I'll be right back. There's nothing worse than a coon. Nothing. And you know, like all the black leaders, you know what I'm saying, in the 50s, 60s, and 70s would constantly warn us about people like that. Constantly warn us, you know, about people that are willing to forego the rest of their community for proximity to white men. The craziest part is Donald Trump has regularly employed undocumented people to work at his properties. HR2 wouldn't have passed. HR2 wouldn't have passed the Supreme Court. Remain in Mexico was deemed inhumane, so it wouldn't even pass. Like the Supreme Court would have shot it down. Micah, so am I.
Yo, bro, I appreciate whatever you do. Seriously.
I hear that, mama. That sucks. Your dog stole your yogurt. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna go to Disney with the kids tomorrow. Megan, thank you so much. Teresa, also thank you. I appreciate you guys tremendously. Malcolm X would have voted for Trump is insanity. Let me read what Malcolm X said about conservatives. This is what Malcolm X had to say about conservatives. The conservatives aren't friends of the Negro, but at least they don't try to hide it. They are like wolves. They show their teeth in a snarl that keeps the Negro always aware of where he stands with them. They said that Malcolm X was a communist while he was alive. They said the same thing about Martin Luther King. So it's weird that you think that he would vote with conservatives. So, no, he didn't. He said that the white liberals, right, are dangerous. And I agree with him. I agree with them. People that say they're allies and shit like that. but aren't there to actually to do, you know what I'm saying, the work or do anything for them. I agree with that, but I don't think that you understand what like you guys only read the part that you want to hear. He said conservatives are racist, that they hate you and they let you know that they hate you and they don't try to hide that they hate you. He said the conservatives, the white conservatives, aren't friends of the Negro, but at least they don't try to hide it. They are like wolves. They show their teeth in a snarl that keeps the Negro always aware of where he stands with them. Doesn't sound like he liked conservatives. It sounded like he understood that conservatives were racist. So thinking that Malcolm X would have been a fan of the conservatives is insanity. But I mean, quite literally, Malcolm X was labeled a communist. Along with Martin Luther King, who you guys for some reason think he would have sided with you. It's just weird. What's that?
Hey, your upper lip pisses me off so bad.
That's fine.
Fuckhead.
Okay. This is y'all people. I don't know. From you. The billions of dollars will come from you. They're going to come to your house with a bag and collect all your belongings. They're going to come from you specifically. It's okay. I muted them for the rest of the live, so. No, I really haven't had time to read any books recently. I'm fine. Enjoying my hibiscus. We need some Adele. I hear that. Until I'm not. Nah, they're in here. They're just too afraid to have a conversation with me. It's okay, though. I don't mind hanging out. Oh, Polly is? Yeah, they do be showing up when I play that shit. There's some hoes in this house. I thought about blocking you, but then I was like...
Don't block me. I'm just here having fun.
Yeah, but
I don't even know was going on. I just was scrolling by and popped in, and then all of a sudden I got muted.
Thank you, Maria. Yeah, my mods don't really like, you know what I'm saying, playing around.
That's my bad.
This isn't playing around. This isn't playing around time, to be honest with you.
I would like to hear your point of view then. I just saw a video above this of a dude playing a live stream of Trump's WWE episode. So I just started scrolling and seeing if anybody else has seen it. There was no disrespect intended. Hey everybody, I'm Blatty Daddy, that's who I am. And don't listen to that guy who said something about how you look.
I don't care. I literally don't care at all. I promise you.
Good, you shouldn't. You got a lot of likes, that's all that matters. I would like to know why you're voting for Kamala. I'm open to conversation.
Her name is Kamala.
Sorry, I do not mean to pronounce it wrong. That was my bad.
Because she's shown over her career that, you know, she prioritizes the little guy. The Back on Track program that she started in thank you, Darren, I appreciate you, bro. The Back on Track program that she started in California, that instead of sending young people to prison for simple possession charges, diverted them into job programs, helped them to get their credit fixed, helped them to get stable housing, helped them to get their GED and or their associate's degree. So, I mean, we can start there. She fought against the cartels when she was in California. Instead of accepting the $4 billion after the housing crisis, where the banks were using predatory lending schemes to, you know, disenfranchise the poor and middle class, she said, no, I'm not going to take that. And got $20 billion instead from the banks. Yeah, she didn't put any mothers in prison. Like, you guys just say anything, but you get a mute for that, because misinformation doesn't belong in my life.
Yeah, honestly, I just scroll through all lives. What do you
Somebody said how many people showed up in Michigan to a rally. That shit was packed.
I don't really watch the rallies. What do you think about her policies in supporting the middle class? Again, I'm just here to learn. I like seeing everybody's point of view.
Yeah.
So, hear your opinion.
I think that you know, making sure that parents that have their first child, or have, you know what I'm saying, in their child's first year, which tends to be the most expensive, especially if you have any hospital bills, $6,000 child tax credit is amazing. And then $3,000 for every subsequent year after that. I'm here for it. And taking off the limit of the $1,600 payable back to the person. When Donald Trump did a tax credit, child tax credit, he essentially just did it for rich people. I mean, there's tons of analysis and from Tax Policy Center on this. So, you know, we need to focus on the poor and middle class, not giving more tax breaks to the rich. Because when we give tax breaks to like Walmart and fucking Amazon, they just do stock buybacks. They just give bonuses to their C-suite positions. They just give bonuses to, you know, their board members and shit like that. And then we, right, us working class American citizens, us middle class people, have to subsidize their employees by making sure their employees have housing, by making sure their employees' children have access to food, by making sure their employees' children have access to health care. Like, why should we be subsidizing these corporations' employees? Why aren't they taking care of their employees when they're making billions of dollars and turning record profits?
Absolutely. I'm just going to keep asking you questions if that's okay.
Well, I want to see what Queen P had to say, and I'll come right back to you.
Absolutely. Here, I'll mute because my dogs are barking.
Sure.
Hi, Mr. Jones.
What's that?
I just wanted to get your insight on the whole border, opening up the borders.
Yeah, I don't care anything about the borders. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, that's the least of my concerns.
If you go into, I work in the corporate life and stuff, right? And I pay taxes. And my parents are from Mexico, and my mom lives there now. But when I went to go visit her, when they opened up the borders, it was like the worst scene I've seen in my 45 years.
When was the borders ever? What are you talking about when they opened up the borders? What are you talking about?
There was people from all over Mexico lined up at the borders back last year around December, lined up. I'm
Yeah,
talking
that
about.
doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't
I'm
mean the
talking
border's
about.
open.
Listen, I'm talking about babies, whole family.
Let me look this up.
Like
What border crossing specifically?
mine was Miguel Alemán.
The border crossing by San Diego as well. I live down there.
My mom's from Miguel Alemán.
No, what
It's
border
by,
specifically? All of the borders have names.
Roma, Texas border.
Okay. You said last December?
It was around last December, around that time. I think January they opened it up. But
No,
they
no,
were
the
out
border's
there.
never been open. Why do you keep saying board open?
The reason I say open is because they were out there waiting for like a month.
Yeah, that doesn't show that the
They
border's
were
open.
living on the bridge, and then when they finally, this is why I say open the borders. When they finally opened up the border by my mom's house, they let like in that area by itself, it was by the thousands.
Yeah, so
opened it
225,000 migrants were along the U.S. border in December of 2023.
When I say opened it up, it's because I witnessed it, right? When they opened it up, they put these people on buses and took them to like
Processing centers?
Right.
Yeah.
But like they just made it specifically for that.
Mm-hmm.
I work in the hotel industry as a senior manager.
Sure, but you know that like out of that we've only had 8 million encounters, right? Like 8 million encounters since Biden has been in office. Of those 8 million encounters, 2.5 million people have been allowed into the United States. Okay, 2.8 million people have been sent out of the United States, so that's a net negative, and the rest, you know what I'm saying, were denied at the border.
I don't know. Maybe they sent them back from the process.
Somebody said 25 million is crazy. We only have 11 million. We only have 11 million undocumented, a little over 11 million undocumented immigrants in the United States.
Yeah.
Total.
I just wanted to get your insight on that because our taxpayer money does go to that.
They pay
right?
taxes.
Not when you're getting processed and they don't have a job to pay taxes with.
Okay, but if they come in here and they work, they pay taxes.
And getting
right, but how long does it take for them to work? Listen, I work in the hotel industry.
Yeah, what does that mean? You know the hotel industry would crash? Like you probably wouldn't even have a job if it was for undocumented immigrants?
Yes, exactly.
That's if it wasn't for undocumented immigrants, you wouldn't even have a job.
That's crazy. So that's what I was going to say. Like nationwide, we have like 147 hotels in our management company. Mm-hmm. And only some of our hotels took in the undocumented persons, the ones that weren't getting a lot of regular guests, right? Or a lot of tourism. But I just thought it was, to me, I just felt like I've never seen anything like that. Like if you would have seen the babies, I'm talking about weeks of being out there on the bridge.
Have you ever considered, you know what I'm saying? Like if we invested in those countries instead of stealing resources from them, that they probably wouldn't have to come here.
Yeah. Well,
guess who did that? Guess who did that? Guess who did that? Guess who did that?
Who?
Kamala Harris.
To be honest with you, I don't really understand because I go visit my mom quite often, and like I feel like Mexico has a lot more rich soil. Like they're pretty rich in soil.
Sure.
So I don't understand why that so many want to come to America. It's like a dream they're being sold, right? Because once they get here, they're like, "Oh."
Is there a lot of jobs in Mexico that I'm not aware of?
There is.
What does the soil being rich have to do with anything? I'm so confused right now.
Because most of them are growing their own vegetables and living off of beans, rice. Like they.
So they should just eat rice and beans.
What do you want them to eat? Like burgers and fries?
Do you eat rice and beans every day?
I do. I'm Mexican.
Every day?
Besides oatmeal.
Okay, so why are you here? Why not just go back?
I was born here.
Okay, but you're hold on. So you're saying that they shouldn't have the right to live the same quality of life that you live?
They should, but they should go through the same process that my parents had to go through.
What do you mean, same process?
Same process.
What was the process that your parents went through?
It took them 6 to 7 years to be able to get.
Who sponsored them?
Oh, it was so long ago. You're talking 70s.
So they had a sponsor.
Right.
Right. Right. Yeah. So they had a sponsor. So that means somebody had money.
Right.
Right. Do these people have money and or a sponsor?
Yeah.
I bet you're a Christian, aren't you?
I am. I believe in God. Yeah. What,
you know. Do you know that Trump intends to get rid of birthright citizenship, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's part of Agenda 47. So what you gonna do when he gets rid of birthright citizenship?
As a Christian. Is that what you're asking?
No, just in general. What are you gonna do when he gets rid of birthright citizenship? You won't be a citizen anymore. Then what are you gonna do?
Oh yeah. Then you'll never be able to be in America. Never thought about it that way. It's a good thought. That's why I just wanted to jump on here and ask what you thought about that. Get your point of view. But thanks. It's been great.
All right. Yo, coming in the country and slamming the door behind you is wild. Wild.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
I can.
How you doing?
I'm okay, man.
That's good. So, yeah, I am a blue-collar worker, and I am voting for Trump.
What is that? Doesn't make much sense.
Well, it does make sense on the different standpoints of different views on the tax points, or where Kamala's tax points.
Kamala. Hey, listen. I'm gonna be like, listen. I'm gonna ask you just one time to be respectful. Her name is Kamala or VP Harris. And if you're not going to say it correctly, if you feel like you don't have to pronounce her name correctly, but we can say shit like Tchaikovsky or Vivek Ramaswamy, and you can't say Kamala, but you can say Kama, then I'm just going to move on to somebody else. So it's either Kamala or VP Harris.
Well, it's Kamala, so I probably got a different speech or tone or however I say it, but anyway, the different tax views of what they got.
Yeah, so one of them plans to come back into... Let me ask you a couple of questions just to see if we're on the same page, okay? I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Where's our income for our federal budget come from?
The income for our federal budget.
Yep,
where's it come from?
Yep.
Come from us.
From who?
Our taxes.
Whose taxes?
Us workers.
Everybody's taxes. Corporations, workers...
Correct.
Rich people. Okay, got it. If you cut the taxes for the ultra wealthy, who would be paying the highest amount of taxes, right? Because they're ultra wealthy. If you cut the taxes for the ultra wealthy, what happens to our income?
I mean, it's still getting taxed. I mean, our incomes.
No,
I mean,
sir. No, sir. No, sir. That I think
We're still getting
no.
percent-
No, TP.
okay.
You're off track. Right? You're off track already. What happens to the country's income if you cut taxes for the ultra wealthy?
It goes into the government.
Does it go up or down?
It goes up.
If you cut taxes for the ultra wealthy, we make more money.
No, we don't make more money.
We would make less money, yes?
Correct.
Correct. And when we make less money, but we increase our spending, right? What does that cause?
Higher taxes.
No, sir.
You said increase our spending?
Yes. So if we spend more, but we're making less, what happens? Thank you, Betty.
Taxes are lower.
No, sir.
Well, let's get to the thing where I want to talk about.
No, sir. Because you're not tracking. Like, you don't understand how the tax policies work. Do I need to get my whiteboard? Because I'll do it. I'll get the whiteboard.
You could do that, but I want to get on the tax part. Okay,
this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the tax part.
Okay, we're talking about the wealthy, how they have a big tax, how they have to pay a big thing of tax.
Trump cut taxes for who?
He's going to cut taxes.
Who did he cut taxes for last time?
For last time?
2017.
Trump.
Yeah. Who did he cut taxes for?
For us.
Okay. All right, here, I'm going to just put it on the screen. This is just crazy, man.
The only reason I got on this, I've seen different views on Trump's taxes and Kamala's Harris's. And I've seen it on YouTube for their different tax.
YouTube's not a website. I mean, it's not
Well, it ain't a website,
not a source.
but you-
It's
when
not a
you got
source. It's not a source.
CPA person that does taxes.
What does that mean?
Well, you got somebody that basically works for taxes, knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
And you got Kamala's plan in taxes that is going to be like 4.4 trillion. And you got Trump's that wants to tax tariffs and basically illuminate for exempt overtime.
Do what now?
Wants to exempt overtime taxes.
Yes, but he also wants to make a flat pay. Do you know what a flat rate is?
Yeah, where you only make a certain amount.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if he cuts taxes on overtime if he makes overtime the same amount that you typically make.
But if you're making over, if
Can
you're
you read
working
this?
over,
Can you
let's
see this
just say-
okay? Here, maybe I need to back it up, son. Can you see this okay?
You can go from left to right so I can get the whole thing.
I'm trying to. Can you see the whole thing now? Or do I need to push this back some?
Yeah, I could somewhat see it. I see the 2017 Trump tax law was skewed. I guess that says that I can't really see.
Skewed to the rich.
Expense failed to deliver.
Expensive. It failed to deliver on its promises, right? So if we look to see who actually got the tax cuts, right? Because there's a chart and there's hyperlinks and all of that. Look who got the largest tax cuts. Top 1% and top 95 to 99%.
Correct. I see that.
Yeah, they got the largest, and they got large permanent corporate tax cuts, right?
Okay.
20% deduction for pass-through income, right?
But
cut individual income tax rates for those at the top and weakening the alternative minimum tax, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doubling the estate tax exemption. So all of these things quite literally benefited super rich people. Oh, sorry, you can't see that part. I apologize.
No.
Doubling the estate tax exemption, right?
I understand that.
Okay, so I'm trying to explain to you what happened, right? So if you cut our country's income and increase our spending, it causes a deficit. That is what we call inflationary spending. Inflationary spending. When there's inflationary spending, we have a large deficit. The Fed, which is the Federal Reserve, raises the interest rates.
Okay. But we're looking back in 2017.
That's when he passed the tax. That's when he passed the tax plan, and we're still under that same tax plan.
I understand that, but there's going to be different tax plans that comes into effect
When?
Whoever comes in.
Yes,
office.
gotcha. So Trump wants to put tariffs on goods. Who is that going to hurt? Who is that going to hurt?
It's not going to hurt us. It's going to hurt other countries.
Sir, make it make sense. How is it going to hurt other
So
countries?
if we're putting tariffs on Chinese goods,
What happened last time we put tariffs on Chinese goods, TP? What happened last time we put tariffs on Chinese goods?
I don't know. You're gonna have to check me on that.
We lost thousands of farmers. We lost Carrier. We lost Harley Davidson. We lost John Deere. The prices of all of our goods went up.
Okay. But when I looked at Harris, I'm going all over.
So you're telling me that you want? So why did the price of a refrigerator, a washer and dryer, and all of those shoot through the roof?
Because are you saying because we tax tariffs?
Because we put tariffs on aluminum coming from China, And so they raised it raised the cost of all of our appliances. All you have to do is look it up. Like some people saying that's a lie. All you have to do is look it up. It directly correlates with when we put the tariffs on China.
Well, we're wanting to put 60% on tariffs with China and other countries.
Who is going to pay for the tariffs?
Well, we're going to be making U.S. goods, you know, making things, bringing profit back to ourselves here in the
How
United
are we
States.
bringing back profit to ourselves?
Because we're going to be building businesses and
Building businesses
all
how?
sorts of stuff like that. Bringing work back to the U.S.
Bringing it back to the U.S. how? We don't have manufacturing facilities. So what are you talking about?
Well, the reason we don't have that because we're buying stuff in other.
Sir,
other
so you're telling me that we should build more manufacturing facilities for and so that we have to walk around in the United States with masks on our face the same way that they do in China because the air quality is so bad?
Not in that way. I mean, we're wider spread than China.
No, we're not. China's a much larger country than we are. Not much larger, but you know what I'm saying? That they are in fact larger.
But if let's go back to this tax thing of looking the view of Trump's and Harris's.
So it doesn't bother you that we lost thousands of farms because of the China tariffs? Why do you think grocery store prices went up?
That does bother me. But the thing is,
who do you think bought these farms when they filed bankruptcy?
You know, all the farms started getting affected when Biden and everything and Harris got into office.
Okay, let's check that. Let's check that data.
And why? So Harris's taxes wants to get to the rich, wants to tax the rich, correct?
Yep. Farmers oh, I gotta mirror it. My bad. Shit. Wrong button. Farmers flourish under Biden. See recovery from Trump-era trade wars. Flourish under Biden. See recovery from Trump-era trade wars. The cost of the second round of tariff aid was estimated to be $16 billion. Is how much we had to send in aid because of Trump's trade wars. And most of that went to mega farms. Trade wars that led to a surge in farm bankruptcies. I mean, like literally, hold on. I have it pulled up right here. I can just go here and I already got it earmarked or bookmarked. Sorry. There we go. Trump's massive farm bailout failed to make up for self-inflicted trade damage. You can go read this article if you want to, but I'm just going to cut to the meat and potatoes because I've showed my viewers this a million times. We're just going to click on farm bankruptcies here. I'm going to click on from the Farm Bureau, though. We'll click from the Farm Bureau instead of another article. So you can see
my view on things.
This is the U.S. court data. This is the U.S. court data. 2019 calendar year, we lost a 8-year record amount of legacy farms. I'm talking about farms that had been in people's families for years. Who do you think bought those farms? Look at who all the bailout money went to. According to a report from the environmental group, between 2018 and 2019, the top 10 recipients, the largest, most profitable industrial scale farms in the country, got half of the farm bailout money. 3 of these farms received more than $1 million each. The bottom 80% of the bailout recipients, which includes small farms, receives an average payment of $5,000. Do you think you could run an entire farm on $5,000?
No, we definitely can't do that.
Who do you think bought those farms, bro?
Clueless.
Mega farms. And where do you think a lot of those mega farms are held? Who would benefit the most from buying up these farms to prevent the tariffs from harming their agricultural economy? The answer is China.
Mm-hmm.
So all Trump did is consistently fuck us on behalf of his rich buddies. When gas prices plummeted in April of 2020, the oil barons, Harold Hamm being one of them, went to Trump down at Mar-a-Lago and said, hey, we're losing our asses and some of us are going to lose our companies because the country was shutting down. COVID, you know what I'm saying, was a big deal. Nobody was driving. Nobody was going anywhere. So Trump went to the Saudi Arabians. Okay, cool. Poor TP. Trump went to the Saudi Arabians and the Russians because they were having a trade war. They were lowering gas prices back and forth, you know, essentially trying to hurt each other. And Trump said, hey, listen, I need you guys to cut oil production by 10% for 2 years, which is weird because I don't know why he would tell us over here that this was only going to last for a couple of months and then make them make a 2-year deal.
Can I explain that?
The OPEC deal?
Yeah.
I don't need you to explain it to me.
No, there's a lot to it that people who are probably listening don't understand the way Trump got played into that deal.
Yeah, by Harold Hamm, you mean?
No, what happened was the shale oil industry was heavily levered. They had a lot of debt.
They want to know where you're at.
I'm alive.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
So
he didn't get
They had
played,
all this debt. He 100% got played. The shale oil industry was heavily levered, and Putin knew this, so they were competition for him. And he knew that if the prices of oil don't stay high, they can't break even. And if they don't break even, they're going to file for bankruptcies. So there were massive bankruptcies when that trade war started, that between the Russians and the Saudis. Mm-hmm. But that was pre-planned, because what they wanted to do was to lower prices even further at that exact moment, which would put all the shale oil industries in serious, serious pain. And the way that Putin got the head of Saudi Arabian oil production to do that, MBS, was to basically go behind the scenes and form sort of an alliance where he's trying to drive a wedge between the United States and Saudi Arabia. The way he does that is by promising to pay for all of the U.S. military equipment that goes to Saudi Arabia. That's very expensive, and you can't just up and change from a U.S. defense system to a Chinese one. So that...
Yeah, he said that he was going to pull all of our military resources from Saudi if they didn't lower, if they didn't cut production.
And what happened next?
They cut
the Houthi rebels, no, he never did. He didn't cut it until the Jamal Khashoggi murder occurred.
They cut it in April. They cut it in April.
So I'm sorry, you're right. They cut it, that's right. I thought you said increase. You're 100% right. So they cut it only after the Jamal Khashoggi whole fiasco. But by then, Putin was already trying to get in there. And he funded, the story is, the Houthi rebels who attacked the Saudi oil fields.
Jamal Khashoggi was unalived on October 2nd of 2018. They cut oil production in 2020, in April of 2020.
Right.
But how are those things even remotely
Because it was
related?
6 years where oil prices were in the toilet. So Trump kept going to the Saudi prince to say, you got to increase production, and he kept...
Yeah, he was asking them to increase production.
You're right. Sorry, I keep saying it wrong.
Yeah, and then they cut production in 2020 because his friends literally came to Mar-a-Lago, led by Harold Hamm, and said, we need you to get them to cut oil production.
Right, because that was because of the COVID pandemic.
Correct, because nobody was driving.
Prices over.
Yes.
Right.
The demand for oil had plummeted across the globe.
Yeah, absolutely. But the problem there was that Trump went into that negotiation very weak because.
So then he shouldn't be president then.
Well, it's worse than that because Putin now knows how to manipulate Trump.
He's always known how to manipulate Trump because Trump idolizes him.
Exactly. So, but the more concerning part is that Putin now has figured out how to manipulate MBS. And he's managed to essentially take over OPEC that way because if MBS is the final decision maker. So if MBS decided to cut 3 million barrels a day production from 2020 when that OPEC deal was negotiated.
9.7 million barrels per day.
Right, 9 million. So when that didn't expire till April 2022. And what happened when that expired?
They re-upped it.
The price of
they went down slightly, but that's only because Biden, and I'm gonna tell you why. Biden tried to get Congress to pass legislation to stop them from price gouging. They wouldn't do it. The Republicans specifically wouldn't vote on it. All of the all but like 4 or 5 Democrats voted on it. I can just put it on the background because I have the total vote tally.
Yeah, but with the filibuster, that's never going to happen. He knew that going in.
So there you go. But four Democrats voted no, but all of the Republicans voted no. But anyways, what happened here in this situation is Biden said, okay, I know how to fix this. I'm going to sell our oil reserves to lower gas prices. And so that's what he did. He sold it at $96 a barrel and bought it back at $62 a barrel, which is a boss-ass move if I do say so myself, and I'm not even a Biden fan. But anywho, it lowered gas prices slightly, but then they put a moratorium or cut oil production again because they realized that they were making money.
Well, that's why drill baby drill will never work. Because if we increase domestic oil production 3 billion barrels a day, the Saudis will just cut theirs 3 million and it's a wash. It does nothing because we're only energy independent. We're not energy controlling of the entire global market. The cut in production that the Saudis agreed to, we can never overcome that with additional domestic production.
We also don't have the capability of refining it, and it's too expensive.
And it has to pass through speculation in the unleaded fuel market too, which will never happen because that's 2 hoops you got to get through to get, gas cheap again. But this is all like everybody who blamed Biden for the high gas prices and the inflation. It's literally the opposite. That OPEC deal pinned oil prices high, which basically meant everybody was going to pay a lot. And they made so much money, OPEC and Putin, with keeping the gas prices and the oil prices high for those 2 years, that they used that money to invade Ukraine and they used that money to start the war in Yemen. Because why? They want to control the liquefied natural gas fields in Ukraine, and big oil in the U.S. has so much money.
Same thing that's happened in Palestine. They have a bunch of natural gas fields.
Exactly. So basically, this war that's going on right now is really an oil war, and Trump is getting played left and right. They already know how to push his buttons, and they know his fans are all basically against funding foreign wars and getting involved in other stuff. And Putin knows that, so he gets in there to fill that void and give the Saudi prince whatever he needs. He makes the same promises to Iran, and we end up paying more for oil prices and everything. And the inflation too. The guy was talking about the tariffs. Trump himself doesn't even know that the countries don't pay the tariffs.
Yeah, the people buying the goods from the countries pay the tariffs.
Like washing machines is the best example. If you had to buy an appliance this year, they raised the price on the Chinese washing machines, and then what did the American companies do? They raised their prices because they know the alternative is still more expensive.
Correct.
So everyone ended up subsidizing $1 billion profit for these corporations. And what was the tax revenue on that? Very little.
Correct.
And the third thing he did was in the 2017 tax law, he incentivized all these big real estate companies, hedge funds, and institutional investors to buy up all the properties, single-family homes, and the apartment buildings. And he did that. This is the most important part. So if you're arguing with your uncle, who's a MAGA guy, they did that in the middle of an inventory shortage. In the middle of a global pandemic. On top of that. Right. So If you're incentivizing guys who have unlimited wallets, when there's a limited number of houses, what's going to happen to housing prices? It's going to go through the roof. And that's exactly what they did. So on all three, oil prices, housing, and consumer goods, Trump was responsible for all those increases, and yet they blame Biden. It's ridiculous.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you for coming up. I appreciate it. Breath of fresh air. Have a good one. Yes, I was recording it. Hi, Tanya.
Me?
I mean, that's what it says your name is, yes?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to push the button.
Okay, no problem. Victoria, what's going on? Hi. How are you?
Yeah, so the reason, how are you? Sorry.
You're fine.
The reason that I'm voting for Trump is for the immigration.
Where are your family from?
Over here in southern Texas. I'm in the border of
Where's your family from?
My family?
Yeah.
My mom is from Mexico and my dad's American.
Okay. How'd your mom get here?
Her parents moved. No. My mom's parents had her here in America. And she was here since they were not citizens yet. They had to go back. They were deported back. So she stayed here.
And you're cool with that. That's good. No problem.
Yes, because they came here illegally.
So your mom is going to lose her birthright citizen status under this new policy, and she'll also have to go back.
That's for the future Americans. That's not for what happened in the past.
No, it's period.
No.
Have you read the bill? Have you read the bill? Have you read his what he intends to do?
Yeah, it's
not for future
what
Americans.
Happens in the future.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Are you sure? Okay.
So hey, go call your mom when you hop off here. Go call your mom and tell her it's been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. I'll see you.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your time, I guess.
She said, I'm going to vote to get my mom deported. It's crazy. She said, I'm going to vote to get my mom deported. Slugs for salt is crazy. What's up, Michael? Skippy, thank you so much. Michael, you there? Bueller. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate you. Hey, guys, you know we're in the middle of a subscriber contest, don't you? You do know that, right? Yo, could you imagine? I for the life of me can't imagine being like, yeah, I'm going to vote so that my mom can lose her citizenship status. Like, bro, what? Bro, what? Hey guys, the goal is 410, but the sticker joint is not acting right. I don't know how to fix it.
Pick a different sticker.
I did that already, and it still didn't work.
Doesn't love you.
Hmm?
It doesn't love you.
That's clear. Chicken's voting for KFC. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate you for the gifted sub. Michael, are you there? All right, bro. This is weird. Like, just voting and sitting there is weird. I hear no rats, but I don't see no rats. Who can't hear who? You can't hear me? Michael. Bro, I'm about to block him. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Skippy. Skippy's the best.
Camp counselors for Jason Voorhees.
Oh, shut up.
I like that one. That one's a good one. That one's a good one. Yeah, I see that. I see that it's not like you're connecting, but I can't hear you. I don't hear anything you're saying. Dreamers for Kruger. Yeah. What's up, Rick? I mean, he did connect. I just can't hear shit that he's saying. You might need to restart the app, bro. You might need to, like, get out the app and come back. Yeah, Dreamers for Freddy Krueger is crazy. Trees for deforestation. Deers for hunting season. That's a really good one too. I like that one. You know, I don't like using the roaches for raid thing because that's been used as a derogatory term for immigrants already. So I really don't like that. I don't like using that. It gives me the ick. Sugs for Slaughtered is good. Absolutely, Jennifer. I want my daughters to grow up in a country where they're safe. I don't want my daughters to be on the news like that poor girl in Georgia, you know what I'm saying, who essentially died because they refused to you know, give her the medical care she needed. So I don't want one of my daughters to have to carry, like the 12-year-old girl in Mississippi, to carry the baby of somebody who raped them. Sorry. It's not for me. Rats for traps. Oh my God. Hey, Will, can I say something to you, bro?
You calm, man?
Yeah, I am. This is heavy on my heart, man. I mean this sincerely. This is heavy on my heart. I mean every word that I'm about to say to you. The fact that, you know what I'm saying, like my grandfather marched with Dr. King so that people like you could vote to take us back to that era is devastating to me, bro. fucking devastating.
So, can I ask you a question without you getting upset with me?
Yeah, as long as you don't say anything dumb.
No, if you can prove, because to me, I see the Democrats just feel that they own our vote. Like they don't. I look at the communities where the education, the economics, and I look at these areas a lot because I developed in them. And let me tell you, man, if you can prove, and most of these cities are Democrat ran. They have no Republican influence. No, see, you're getting.
I'm not getting upset, bro, because it's a shame. It's a shame. I'm not a Democrat. It's a shame. Yep, I can look at them. Yep, I can look at them. Yep, I can look at them. Yep. Yep. Will, how does our government work, Will?
No, look, I'm just look. This is all I'm saying. Just listen to me. You can hang up on me. All I'm saying is that the Democrats.
All you're telling me is you don't know how schools are funded. And you don't know how our government works. That's all you're telling me right now.
Ask me any civic question you want.
Okay. How are our schools funded?
Our schools are funded first through the state level and then the U.S. Department of Education.
Our schools barely get any federal funding, Frank.
But they can qualify for federal funding.
Yeah, by being a bad school.
Yes. All right. So
how are our schools funded?
By the state.
But how? How? How?
Taxpayers.
What taxes?
There are income. Well, you got property taxes, which is spread everywhere. Okay. Yeah. Look. Okay. All right. We'll disagree on that, but like I say.
So here I'm gonna. Is Kiara available or not?
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna show you on a map. I'm gonna show you on a map.
1 second. I pay impact fees when I build a house, right?
Okay.
I pay between $7,000 and $11,000 per house, and it lists what I'm paying for. So our schools are funded by property taxes, and you can look that up if you live in Florida. Look at it. Go just Google impact fees in any county, because I don't want to have to do the paperwork for these things, and I pay I pay them.
So you're willing to sell out your people, right, so that you don't have to pay fees?
No, I love paying the fees. I pay them all the time. I never complain about them.
You said I don't want to have to fill out these things. That's what you just said.
I'm the one that have to fill out the paperwork and pay it, and I don't mind paying it because we need our roads built. But you asked me how it was funded, and I told you that's how education is funded. It's funded by impact fees that from new construction. That's the most. That's like 60 to 65% of funding from the local government, from the counties, because all schools in Florida are ran by each county. And if I could love to show you how many I paid. It doesn't bother me. Because I just charge it back to the house. So it does. But we need the ambulance. It pays the ambulance. It pays police. It pays for roads.
It pays for them to build a school in that area. The impact fees. It pays for them to build schools in that area. Those impact fees.
Yeah. Well, the impact fees, whatever, it goes to education. The Florida lottery goes to education. Then they can apply for grants from the federal government for certain programs, which is an open book, right, for them to do. They got every right to do it. Even when you look at the American Rescue Act passed by the Congress and signed by Joe Biden, $100 and something billion went to local governments, okay? And he gave them a perimeter of what you can do with the money, what you can't do with the money, as per.
Man, you said she's sleeping. I need that. I need that map, the one that shows the direct correlation between house property values and student success.
Okay, one quick question I want to ask you is that, do we as black people owe the Democrats our vote no matter what? Like, is this not America where we can choose? Like, the Democrats, we are still the underclass. Okay, we are still the bottom of the barrel. We've been voting for these people for a long time. They hadn't rescued us. You know what I mean?
I'm not a Democrat, so I don't know why you
But
keep
I'm
telling
just
me
saying,
that.
you say I'm a sellout, so
You are.
I gotta belong to some sort of party.
Yeah. Can you name a time in American history where the conservative party was good for black people?
Of course.
Yes.
During the civil rights movement.
Wrong. The vast majority of the people that voted for the bills to pass the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act were Democrats.
Okay, well,
that's why the Democratic Party and the Republican Party traded ideologies in terms of which one was the conservative party and which one was the progressive party. All you have to do is go back and look at the 1956 Republican platform. There it is right there. Provide federal assistance to low-income communities, protect Social Security, provide asylum for refugees, extend minimum wage, improve unemployment benefits so it covers more people, strengthen labor laws so workers can easily join a union, assure equal pay for equal work regardless of sex. All of these were what the Republican Party was fighting for, but for white people, right? But for white people. But those are the things that we're asking for now.
I'm not going to come back because you get upset with me. I don't want you.
I'm not upset. What I'm telling you is that as soon as the Democrats were like, look, we're going to pass legislation so that everybody has this, all of these people that were in the Republican Party bounce. They're like, we're out of here.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So,
and vice versa.
At that particular moment, the Congress was controlled by the House was controlled by the Republicans at that particular time. So
it wasn't.
I'm asking you a question. They just switched. They had some sort of conference and said, "Hey, look, we're going to adopt
I need you to email it to me.
I'm going to adopt yours."
No, that's not how it happened. Here, I'll play it for you. Here, I'll play it for you. I got you. I'm gonna show you right now. Show you how it happened. The good news is I got you covered.
Well, I
all right, watch. Just watch.
Completely reshaped American politics. How the conservative Southern Democrats turned into today's Republican stronghold. Take a look at this map. What does this map show us? Back then, the South was dominated by Democrats. But here's the kicker. Those Democrats, they were conservative. Now jump to today. It's a sea of Republican red. Damn, that's a lot of red. So how did that happen? Let's dive in, because it's more than just a change in party name. This is about power, race, and control. Before the Civil War, Southern Democrats were conservative. They were fighting to preserve the status quo. Their entire power structure was built on slavery. These Democrats were not progressive by any means. They were fighting to keep things the same, to keep their grip on power. So when the North, led by Republicans at the time, came to abolish slavery, it wasn't just about policy. It was an attack on their entire way of life. Now, after the Civil War, the South remained deeply conservative, both socially and politically. Southern Democrats enforced Jim Crow laws, keeping segregation, racial violence, and oppression alive. This wasn't just a political decision. It was a continuation of their conservative values, holding on to old traditions, especially that white people should remain in control. Their politics, all about preserving that racial hierarchy. Fast forward to the 1960s. The civil rights movement explodes, and Northern Democrats, like President Lyndon B. Johnson, are pushing for a change, such as passing the Civil Rights Act and other progressive legislation. And there's the twist. Southern Democrats, still holding on to their beliefs, saw this as a betrayal. They were furious, because for them, this was another attack on their way of life. The Democratic Party, in their eyes, had turned their back on the South. This is where it really gets interesting. Enter Richard Nixon with the Southern strategy. The Republican Party saw an opportunity. As you can see, spots of red begin to appear in the South. Southern white voters, still holding on to their conservative beliefs, were now up for grabs. So the Republicans adapted. They started talking about states' rights, law and order. All of these coded messages that directly appealed to Southern conservative values. It wasn't just about race. It was about keeping things the way they had always been. Nixon knew by appealing to their conservative fears, he could bring these Southern Democrats into the Republican fold. Then comes Ronald Reagan. Yikes. Reagan didn't just flirt with the South's conservative voters. He embraced them. He spoke their language. Small government, traditional family values, and reducing social programs. Reagan's policies aligned perfectly with the South's conservative ideology. That sealed the deal. Southern Democrats officially became Southern Republicans. The South wasn't just Republican. It was a bastion of conservative thought. And here we are today. The South has been flipped. The South is solidly Republican. But it's important to remember, it's not just about the party name. The conservative values that the Southern Democrats held for over a century didn't just go away. They just found a new home in the Republican Party. Now, the names may have changed, but that conservative ideology remains strong as ever. So the next time somebody says the Democrats started the Triple K, or the Democrats fought to keep the slaves, don't forget, they were conservative. And when their party shifted towards civil rights and progressive policies, the Southern Democrats took their conservative values to the Republicans. This is about so much more than political labels. It's about who gets to hold power and what they're willing to do to keep it. Remember, history isn't just something we study. It's something that we live with every day. Be on the right side of history. Let's talk about a flip so wild.
Hey, let me tell you what's wrong with that.
So let me ask you, no, before you tell me anything about what's wrong with it, do you think that it's more likely that all of the conservatives moved out of the South to the North, and then all of the people from the North moved to the South, or that the party's ideologies changed?
Okay, let me tell you this. That does not happen. Let me tell you, because you can't keep track of it. No, you can't keep track of a person's ideology, but you can keep track of their party.
You can keep track of their families.
So tell me,
we can keep track of their families, and we know that there was no mass migration. So those people who lived in the South had children, and their children's children had, you know what I'm saying, are Republicans now.
So Nancy Pelosi's family used to be Republican, because you know the house in California right now is still owned by Nancy Pelosi, and it was a plantation. She didn't denounce it. She didn't give it up either. Look it up. It's
Why the fuck do I care where Nancy Pelosi lives?
No, but she's a Democrat.
I don't give a shit.
Wait, hold on now. But your video just said they switched ideologies.
Because they did, like literally. Okay, so what are you telling me happened to all the Southern Democrats?
So
what happened to them? Will, don't say anything else. Tell me what happened to the Southern Democrats. Where did they go?
What you mean where they go? Everyone, you can't keep track of that.
Yes, you can. We know there was no mass migration. We know where people moved to in the United States. We do census. Where did they go?
Look, let me.
Where did they go, Will?
Let me make my point. Show me the census where it identified these people names. Let's not just assume, because you're assuming.
So what you're telling me is all of the Democrats moved out of the South.
Listen,
is that what you're telling me? Will, are you telling me all of the Democrats moved out of the South, Will?
Look,
Will, are you telling me all the Democrats moved out of the South, Will?
Okay, I'm gonna try to make my point. I'm trying to.
Will, answer my question. Did all the Democrats move out of the South?
Which I have no way of keeping track of that.
Yes, we do, because we know that the South is all Republicans now. So did all of them move away, Will?
Well, Obama won Florida. Oh, see, you don't like it. See, look, that's what I say. You can't do this to me, man.
Did all of the Democrats move out of the South, Will?
I have no knowledge of that. Period.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna.
So why would the voting demographic change if the people didn't move out?
But look, you're not a Democrat.
Jesus Christ. Will, there's no way on God's green earth that you are this unintelligent, bro.
See, look.
There's no way. There's no way. We can look at the voting maps. We can look at exactly when they changed. If we look at the voting map for Nixon, Reagan, right? And then after that, we can see when the voting demographic changed. We know that in the 60s, a bunch of people didn't just move.
Okay.
This doesn't even take, you don't got to be a neurosurgeon to figure this out. A bunch of people didn't just move.
So look, so let me explain why I would never vote for a Democrat. First of all,
because you don't know shit.
Okay, yeah, well, test me anything on civics. This is not civics. You're talking about an ideology. Nobody can keep track of an ideology.
This is dumb.
You can pull up every map you want.
This is dumb.
No, listen, come on now. You look, there's no sense. Look, you can pull up any map that you want. This is America. We got an electoral college. People can move around anywhere they want.
We know that all of the people in Texas, Georgia, Louisiana, Florida, Arkansas, Alabama didn't just get up and disappear from one year to the next. We know they didn't all vote blue right before a civil rights bill was passed, and then all of a sudden, all of them changed their mind the very next election? Or they moved? Which one? Did they move or did they change their mind? In 4 years, Will, in 4 years, did they move? Did all of them move away, Will, in 4 years?
Okay, let me challenge you on something, right?
Christ, this is so fucking dumb.
No, wait, no, listen.
This is so goddamn dumb.
No, listen, look.
How did the entire South flip in 2 elections?
Okay,
Where did the Democrats go?
Let me.
No, I will not. Not till you answer my question. Where did they go, Will, in 2 elections?
You won't let me answer the question. Every time I say something, you cut.
So you're telling me all the people from Texas, all the people from Louisiana, all the people from Mississippi, all the people from Florida, all the people from Georgia, all the people from Alabama, all the people from Arkansas, they just got up one day and disappeared in 2 election cycles.
Okay, so what happened when Obama flipped all those states?
He did not.
He
I can show you Obama's fucking electoral map.
Yes, show me his electoral map, because he won Florida, true or false. He won Georgia. He won damn near a lot of states. So let me tell you the way it works since the 1960s.
This is ridiculous. Watch this.
People can vote in any way they want, right? In America. That's the way our country is ran. Right?
Hey, y'all, this is Obama's electoral map. This is Obama's electoral map in 2008. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. This is Obama's electoral map in 2008, y'all. This is just to show you that Will absolutely has no fucking clue what he's talking about. This is Obama's electoral map in 2012.
Yeah, 2012. So
okay, so hold on, and then I'm gonna show you 2008. Now I'm gonna show you 2008. This is Obama's electoral map in 2008. Do you see how the South is almost entirely red? So where did they go?
But what point are you trying to make? Come on, let's move to another subject.
No, because you don't know anything.
No, I want to talk about, if I don't know, I want you to test me on civics.
I just did, and you don't know anything. You don't even know the most basic shit about how the electoral college worked and how our ideologies flipped.
Okay.
You don't even know the basics.
So let me ask you what the flip means. That means they had some sort of...
I played the whole fucking video that gave you, like, literally moment for moment.
But let me ask
moment for moment.
Since you're the expert, let me ask you a question like this, plain and simple. If indeed they switch, when did they agree to switch, or how did they switch?
God damn it! There's just no fucking way that anybody is this unintelligent. There's no way.
Was it over the course of years, or was
no,
it over the course of months, or because you just showed a map where one time he won Florida and the other time he lost?
Okay, guys, do you see this? This is the electoral map of 1960. Okay, this is at the beginning of the civil rights movement. This is the electoral map of 1960, right? This is when civil rights really started to take off. Okay, now I'm going to show you 1964. All right, this is 4 years later. This is 4 years later. This is 1964. Do you see how all of a sudden? Do you see how all of a sudden a bunch of red states? Do you see that? Now I'm going to show you 1968. Okay. Now I'm going to show you 1968.
Well, we got a lot of migrants.
Now I'm going to show you 1968. Oh my God. So in 2 election cycles, the whole entire South turned red from blue? What happened between those 2 election cycles, Will?
Okay, so...
Will, what happened between those 2 election cycles?
Listen, I don't...
Will, what happened between those 2 election cycles? Between 60 and 68, what happened, Will?
Okay.
What landmark pieces of legislation happened, Will?
Now, what I'm finna say is gonna really mess you up. No, put them earplugs.
Yo, I'm gonna find you in Florida, bro.
No, I'm finna mess you up right now. Okay, Kennedy voted against the. Okay, you remember Senator Kennedy, the longest living senator. He never switched ideologies or switched and he was there.
Will, what happened between 1960 and 1968?
I'm proving to you right
No,
now.
you're not. What happened between 60 and 68, Will?
There was an influx of migrants.
Get the fuck out of here. You're a dumbass. Hey, y'all block him. Influx of fucking migrants. The Civil Rights Bill was passed. The Voting Rights Act was passed. Like fucking A, man. Fucking A, man. There's just no way. There's no way anybody is this big of a coon. No way. That is what you call cognitive dissonance, y'all. It's always black men. Every time. Y'all hear me say this over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's always black men that are harming us. Always. My fucking, you know what I'm saying? Fucking family fought and died, literally, so that we could have these rights. Just for this jackass who thinks it's funny to go and hand them back. Like, nah, we don't need these. Oppress me more, daddy. Yeah, that's why Harriet carried the pistol. That's why. That's exactly why. What's up, man? Tarp, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Hey, how's it going?
What's up, bro?
I'm good. I have just been enjoying your conversation. I had just chatted and said, I am so glad you came across my For You page. How stupid can people be?
I don't know, man.
I mean, the Mexican girl, she's going to vote out her own interest and send her mom back. This guy you just finished talking to does not know how the South all of a sudden turned red. People didn't move. It's ridiculous.
We didn't have any mass immigration at that time.
Correct.
We didn't have any mass immigration. We didn't have any mass migration. Like, a lot of immigrants moved here. It's crazy.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying. So it's just, I am glad I ran across this page. And
it's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, the reason he wouldn't answer the question and the reason that he just made up a story, like, it was a bunch of immigrants. Nah, a bunch of immigrants didn't come here. Like, we didn't start having, you know what I'm saying, heavy immigration, into the South, because back then they had the Repatriation Act. And so, like, people from south of the border and shit like that weren't even allowed to come here. We were preventing people from pretty much every brown country on the planet from coming here.
Absolutely. And again, why migration was taking place anyway, not during that time frame. It was during when we started destabilizing other countries.
Yeah.
Then they start coming here.
Why does your bio say black men stop killing black men, travel and stay?
Well, because I think that black men needs to understand the world, and they need to be exposed to other cultures and other
I don't disagree with that, but my question to you would be, right? Honestly,
yes.
My question would be to you that these people, right, black men who live in these violent areas in this country, are impoverished. They don't have the same equitable access to education that, say, somebody in, I wanted to show Brother Matt, but it don't even matter now. But they don't have the same equitable access to education as a lot of other people in this country, right? And so we see this circle and cycle of violence and poverty over and over and over again. How are these black men, you know, who have no education and no chance of obtaining one, how are they just going to get up and travel? How's that going to work out? Are you sponsoring folks?
No, I'm not sponsoring anybody. So let me try to answer the question as best I can. So, Mr. Jones, I have come out of poverty, grew up in...
That's called exceptionalism, sir.
Well, it is. It's an exceptional situation. And I take true understanding that my situation isn't everybody's. But when you say, how do they become educated? I went through the public school system. I figured it out. I try my best to...
That's called exceptionalism, sir.
It is exceptionalism.
Yeah. You don't know what their family life looks like. You don't know, you know what I'm saying, if they were abused or not. You don't know if, you know, if they had, you know, regular meals, regular access to meals. So, I mean, just because you were able to escape poverty, that's not the case for the vast majority of people.
So let me ask this question then. So then, instead of figuring it out, I'm just going to kill my brother for what?
No, sir.
He stepped on my
no,
shoes
sir.
because
No, sir.
he
Nobody. Does it sound like that's what I'm advocating for?
No, I'm just saying that was my position. Let's stop killing one another and let's educate ourselves about each other.
Okay. Are you in the communities doing that?
Absolutely.
Okay. What communities are you working in, and what have you done specifically?
Okay, so I am in the Philadelphia community.
Okay.
So I sit on a board from the standpoint of, let me start with finding housing for elderly black people.
What does that have to do with young men unaliving each other?
But I gotta lay it all out for you from that standpoint. I then work in my church from the standpoint of mentoring and helping young men in this process of understanding and educating.
So you selling them a foreigner's God?
No. Now see, when you go there from the standpoint of I'm selling a foreigner's God, God is God, and so you're telling
me. Are you a
me,
descendant of enslaved Africans?
Am I a descendant of? Absolutely, I believe that I am.
Gotcha.
Have I done my lineage?
Yeah.
To the totality to know exactly?
Okay. As a descendant of enslaved Africans, I don't think that people know where the fuck Ethiopia is. Ethiopia is on the fucking eastern coast of Africa, and the only reason that Ethiopians were Christian is because it was right near the water on a trade route. This is ridiculous. I fucking hate that argument.
Well,
what do you think?
What do you
think enslaved Africans? What do you think enslaved Africans before they were enslaved believed in?
Oh, again, there were many gods that they believed in from that perspective.
And so, where did they hear about this other god from?
Well, it was brought over by the Europeans from that perspective.
So, screaming in the name of a foreigner's god.
If that's how you want to categorize it, again, yes, they have been indoctrinated from that standpoint. Yes.
Yeah. So you think that further indoctrinating them is going to save them from being impoverished?
I don't think that the church that I belong to is indoctrinating them in the white man's religion. I don't believe that. I think that what we're studying, what we're looking at from the standpoint is truly looking at, again, who God is through the lens of Jesus Christ. That's what I believe.
Where was Christianity created?
Christianity was created from the standpoint, if I truly understand it, again, through the writings of James.
Christianity was created in Rome. What faith was Jesus?
He was Hebrew.
What faith was Jesus?
Jesus didn't have a faith.
Jesus was Jewish.
But he didn't have that was not his faith.
Absolutely
Jewish
it was.
Not a faith. Jewish is not a faith. Oh, now you're gonna tell me I'm stupid. Jewish is not a faith. Jewish is a culture.
He was circumcised according to Jewish law.
Correct, but that's a culture. It's not a faith.
Okay, so Jesus was a Jewish man. He was born a Jewish man. When he died, right? That's supposedly they called him King of the Jews. He only lived as a Jewish person. But right, if we look at Christianity, hold on, friend. If we look at Christianity and the story of Jesus Christ, we see that it's an amalgamation of stories from other cultures in that region compiled to create a savior.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
And so we, right, as African people from whatever country you may have, descended from, we as indigenous peoples to Turtle Island or the Americas, whatever tribe you may have descended from, had our own cultures and our own beliefs. And guess what? Guess what didn't exist in those cultures and those beliefs?
This Christianity.
Wars and greed.
Absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Where did we get wars and greed from? Through colonization. And how did they do it? By bringing us the Bible. And so you're saying, I'm going to use the Bible, the tool that was used to break you. I'm going to give it to you again in hopes that violence ends. Make that make sense for me.
Well, I don't believe that the Bible was a tool in essence to have people.
Have you ever heard of the Crusades?
Of course, I've heard of it.
Okay. I think that Desmond Tutu said it best. When the missionaries came, we had the land and they had the Bible. And they told us to bow our heads and pray. And when we lifted our heads from prayer, they had the land and we had the Bible.
Come on here. I don't disagree with, again, it was a bait and switch, and that they stole not only our history and our culture, they did steal our land. They did steal our way of life from the standpoint of a utopia of helping one another, community.
Yeah, well, community is how. Okay, so there you go. So this is what I was trying to get to from the jump street, right? Community is how we save our people.
Correct.
Yeah, and so how we do that, right, is in many ways the same way that the Black Panther Party did it, and of course they were labeled communists, right? By making sure, right, that men in the community, which we just saw from Will that was here a minute ago, right, that men in the community are doing the things that they claim they're supposed to do, right? Like stepping up, being leaders, making sure that children are getting to school okay, making sure that the kids are going to school, making sure that they have breakfast, making sure that they have a lunch, making sure, that drugs are not being peddled on the corner and children are not being pushed into gangs because they don't have because they don't have anybody at home. Aside from that, you know how many single Black men out here right now will tell you that they know a single Black mom in their apartment building or in their neighborhood or whatever, or Black men that have a wife or a girlfriend that have kids and know there's a single Black mom that live right next door, right? And he'll take his kid to football, basketball, soccer practice, whatever the fuck, and knowing that single mom can't afford it, or you know what I'm saying, or anything, won't even say, hey, look, my kid's playing on the football team, my kid's playing on the basketball team, my kid's playing on the soccer team. Why don't, you know what I'm saying, why doesn't your child come with me? And then take them down and then get the rest of the people on the team to all chip in a couple of extra dollars so you know what I'm saying, this kid can play. You know how easy that would be? But instead we have Black men that got a lot of words and not a lot of action.
And I don't disagree with that. Mr. Jones, we are not at odds from that standpoint at all.
I'm at odds with what you chose to put in your bio, friend. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't care if we on the same side or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call out bullshit when I see bullshit. I don't care who it is.
So when I say Black men stop killing Black men, again, I can put that under the auspices again from what you just explained, from the standpoint of if you
travel instead, bro.
Let me finish. So if you are a Black man and you are in community, why aren't you instead of killing someone, why are you not helping that single black mother get her kids to the football game? Or putting him in a jersey, or helping. And again, I'm not about this whole school system stuff either. I think we need to teach our kids how to think and how to survive, and not through the white man's educational system. Because all the white man's educational system is doing.
The white man's educational system, while you got them in church, is crazy, bro.
It's when you say I got them in church, it's a mechanism where there are organized groups of people where I have access to young minds to be able to teach them and to educate them to think. We don't teach our children how to think anymore. We just want them to act and do.
Do you think that it's okay to spank your children?
I didn't spank any of my children.
I just asked you a question. I'm just asking you a question.
No, I don't. I think that we should be having conversations with them, teaching them about consequences of decisions that they make.
Okay.
That's how I raise my children. And that's how I raise the kids that are in my community around me.
Reverse racism is crazy. You get a block for that one.
Ooh. You have a good night.
All right. No, I wasn't talking about you when I said that.
Oh.
I was talking about somebody in the comments.
Oh, okay. Because I'm thinking community is all it's about.
What's up, Jones?
I still think you have some growing to do. What's up? I let Baruti came up first, and then I got you, Javon.
Appreciate it.
What's up?
What's happening, my brother?
What's good?
So I'd like to, if I may, first of all, thank you for inviting me up. I appreciate that. I've been following you. You are the bomb. So
Thanks.
this is a this is a inaugural appointment for me. So I appreciate it. But I'll be brief. So the brother who was speaking a moment ago, and he said that we're not teaching our kids how to think. My brother, you couldn't be more wrong. I'm an educator. I've been doing it for 27 years. My lesson plans are designed purposefully so that students are improving on their reading comprehension. My questions are designed so that they are critically thinking.
I'm listening, bro. It's not for you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So to make a blanket statement like that, my brother, yeah, you offend me because I work hard every day making sure that when I present a lesson to my kids, my students, they are learning. I teach civics. I have a law degree, so what I bring into the classroom for my K through 12 kids is they're getting the experience that I got in law school at an early age, plus it's free. And I land my plane.
I appreciate you. Come through, civics. What's up, Javon?
What up? So with this conversation, as a black man who has spoken to black youth,
thank you, Alyssa.
The black youth, I think it's very important that we speak to other black men and just hold them. I came in though because one of the people, I think it's TUFF. You have in your bio, black men stop unaliving black men. What do you?
I already asked him about that. We already been. That's how we got down this path in the first place, bro.
Got you. Okay, yeah, I think that bio was really weird and misleading in every which way possible, since there's white men that are unaliving each other. And anyways, I feel like again, I don't take no offense to it because I know what I do as a black man. I'm very proficient in what I do, especially what I do on TikTok and off TikTok as well. I've known Jones for a couple of years, and so we've come across a lot of different black men that uphold white supremacy. But that's for us to call out because we're in the black community. Tarf, you don't look like you're a part of the black community, but yeah.
He is.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Oh my God, you guys make a lot of assumptions.
I did, bro. Don't say you guys. Don't do that.
I know you did, Mr. Jones. I'm talking about the other two. There's a lot of assumptions from the standpoint of who you think I am when you don't know who I am.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, hold on 1 second, J-Bond, before you go. Hold on 1 second before you go. Here's the issue, Tar. When you put right, because I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. Right, black women clocked what you had in your bio immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately. They clocked what you had in your bio immediately, right? And because black women have to know what black men are around constantly to know whether they're safe or not. Black women know black men better than black men know black men because that's what keeps them alive, right? And so they clocked it immediately, friend. They was like, what's this about? So they said, yo, bio, huge red flag. And so if the black women are saying, right, because that literally is the heartbeat of our community, because black men haven't been doing the job, then we have to, if they say, yo, this is a red flag, then we got to start listening to when black women are telling us they're a red flag. So when a black woman tells me, hey, Jones, look what the fuck is in his bio. And then I read it and it says, instead of unaliving each other, travel. I mean, that seems classist. That seems detached from the black community. That seems disconnected.
And I appreciate your perspective to give me.
Yeah. So nobody's trying to put you down, bro. You know what I'm saying? But again, when we see these types of things, we as black men need to speak on it. And so I know, right, that whatever I put in my bio, wherever comes out of my mouth, right, that's what people are going to judge me off of, yes?
Absolutely.
Right. So when you say, oh, people are making assumptions and this, that, and the third, no, they're making assessments of who you presented yourself to be.
He wasn't making an assessment.
I'm talking about Baruti.
He was making a statement based upon what he could see.
I was talking about the gentleman right here, and I hope I pronounced your name correctly or your username correctly, friend. I apologize if I did not.
The educator, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. And he got offended because he thought I was attacking his profession.
Right. And here's another thing. I just want to call this out really quickly, and I'm gonna move on from this whole conversation. Right. The other thing that I want to point out is that when white people see bios like that, it's just leaning into their bias that black men are all out there unaliving other black men.
And that gives me a different perspective as to what I've written, and I need to rethink that.
All right. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
All right. You have a good one, bro.
You too.
Baruti, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Jones, for that. Yeah, and I just want to tell him my apologies. I had no clue you had a skin condition, so that is my apologies. I just looked at his page, but yeah, I already screenshot the bio, sent it out to my people, so it is what it is.
Hey, Mr. Jones.
Hey, what's up, PD? How are you, Fred?
I'm well.
Glad to hear it.
Thank you. I was going to jump in on that. I'm a former educator myself, a special ed teacher, and when I heard Baruti speak, I thought, wow, that was impressive stuff. I'm from the largest county in Virginia, school district I taught in, which you're probably familiar
Fairfax
with.
County?
There you go.
Yeah.
See, look at you. Because I know you said you spent some time in D.C., so I also taught at the school and coached Grant Hill, so in basketball.
Oh, okay. I know exactly where he went to school.
South
Yeah,
Lake High School?
I played against him a couple times when I was in high school.
Okay. So I guess my point is we do have to be careful in how we, and I'm glad you mentioned white tea people and how they
perceive us.
Perceive, absolutely. We have to be very careful in how we, I guess, put our words into paper, because that only proves them right in how they perceive us. So we don't want to give them the fuel, to really put out there that that's who we are, because that's not who we are. And there's many ways that we can take care of our own without
PD, what do you do now?
I run a nonprofit, which is for people that look like us, from the town that I grew up in Leesburg, Virginia, which you're probably familiar with.
Lived there.
Virginia.
I lived there for a while.
Oh wow. Okay. So So my nonprofit is geared towards, like I say, people that look like us, and we do a family reunion for the town of Leesburg, not just for my family, but anyone who grew up in the town of Leesburg. And then also I do a Juneteenth. So next year we'll be out.
Okay.
With,
Hey, yo, you
family
know the
reunion.
Leesburg Fire Department? Like the small one. It's like the newer building. It's right down by like the Chevy dealership in front of like there's like a I don't know. It's a bar. I don't remember the like PJ.
Yep. Not PJ Skidoo's.
I don't think that's what it's
That
called.
was in Herndon.
Yeah, that's in Herndon. Yeah, that's in Herndon. I don't remember what it's called to be honest with you.
Is it off of Plaza?
Yeah, it's a big, huge shopping plaza, and then the fire department is like right off to the right of it. If you're looking at the shopping plaza, yeah, I used to work in that fire department.
Really? Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Cool. Well, no, I was.
And the old one in downtown Leesburg. That place was terrible.
Well, that's right across from the church where
yes,
a lot of folks I went to school with attend that church, which is my cousin is a pastor. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of that church. But yeah, I wanted to jump in, but you touched everything, as well as Javon and then the other teacher. So I thought that was perfect.
Well, I do appreciate you. Hey, man, hit me up. Yeah. I'd love to learn more about your nonprofit. You know what I'm saying? Sure. I'm in Virginia often, absolutely. So you know, whatever I can do to support, let me know.
Well, I might be knocking on your door to be a keynote speaker at my Juneteenth event. How about that?
Bro, I would love to. I'd be honored.
Okay. I will definitely hit you up.
Would love to. All right, thanks for coming up, bro. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Have a good one, OG.
Yeah, I plan to make a trip to Virginia Beach at some point soon. I got some people down there. I got a bus to pick up too. Caleb does music. What's up?
What's up?
Not a whole lot.
I say like I'm obviously because I'm smart. I'm supporting Trump and plan on voting for him on November, and can't wait for it.
Yeah, them crickets is really talking, bro.
They really are.
Yeah, literally. Like because I'm smart. That's the best you could come up with.
Because I'm smart. All I know is here. I was paying.
How old are you?
18.
18. So you weren't paying shit when you were 14.
Yeah,
you weren't paying shit when you were 14. Yeah, you weren't paying shit when you were 14.
I've been investing.
You weren't paying shit when you were 10 years old, because that's when he was elected. Like Caleb, do you see how ridiculous you sound right now, Caleb?
You see how ridiculous you sound?
Yeah, Caleb, have a good day. Bro was 10 years old when Trump was elected. Bro was 14 years old when Biden was elected. He's talking about what he was paying. You wasn't paying shit.
Yeah, that was my senior year in high school. What are we doing? Crazy work.
You wasn't paying shit.
You just became a freshman in high school when he became president. That's crazy.
Man, that's the best y'all got? This is who y'all raised? Who's your parents?
Yeah, I need to do better. I don't understand Gen Z.
Bro, 18 years old, he was about to start telling me what he was paying.
As older Gen Z, I want to apologize. I don't know. That's crazy.
Breath still smell like Similac. Talking about what he was paying.
I'm crying.
Hi, Lynette. I don't think Lynette knows she was up here. Yeah, he not even Gen Z. Isn't that Gen Alpha?
Nah, if he just okay, so if he turned 18
this year.
Like this year, yeah, so he would be younger Gen Z. Because his birthday would be in 2006.
Okay. My mental, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? Appreciate you letting me up here, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to give an update. I spoke at the National Committee for Children
Mm-hmm.
last night with my son,
Oh wow.
and yeah, it was really cool. Um, he spoke first about his personal experience with the school
Mm-hmm.
and how it made him feel in the bathroom and all that, and then I went up and spoke, and I got passionate as I put it, and the 3 minute beep went off, and I just didn't stop, and I eventually had to tell me to sit down because I was just dropping knowledge and basically trying to tell them that if you can laugh in the face of science and justify this community of children unaliving themselves, and then it's kind of like ties into the crazy pew pew laws we have. So it was my first time doing anything like advocating. So I don't know that I don't know. I represented myself for sure, but I don't know if I represented anything, anything else. But sorry.
It's
So
okay,
yeah, I
Lynette.
just yeah, it's a win. I met someone from the ACLU that's gonna reach out to me and see that we can do something. And then I messaged you. I don't know if I messaged to the right spot or not.
Oh,
But
man, I get so many goddamn messages,
I
bro.
know,
I'll try to shuffle through it. You know what I'm saying, when I have some free time this weekend.
yeah, yeah, no worries. I just wanted to
Like
let
every
you know
time
in
I open
case.
that shit up, I get anxiety. I'm like, God damn, so
Oh,
many
dude.
messages.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. You're doing a lot. You're
Most of
doing
them
a
are
lot.
hate, but it's okay.
No, yeah, no. If you want, I can throw you another message just to bring you to the top of the list.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just be like, hey, it's me.
Matter of fact, bro,
Um,
listen. You can just go. Is the link tree fixed with the new?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Hey, just go to my link tree and like just set up a Google Meet or a Zoom joint. And we'll just talk offline.
oh no, dang,
Just do that.
I mean, that would be amazing.
Yeah, just go to my link tree and do that.
I don't even know what to say right now. I'm like, all right, yeah, man. Um, wow, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Cool.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
look forward to it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna leave on that note, and much love to you and your team and the family here.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Yep.
I wonder if these dummies go around like to Trump lives and say he's on Trump's payroll. I wonder if y'all do that. I get paid by no fucking Harris or the DNC or any of that shit. You can't buy me.
Facts.
Like, y'all are fucking weird, man.
And come on your real page.
I want y'all to do that from now on. I want y'all to go on your own people's MAGA pages and be like, you get paid by MAGA. Do that shit.
Some of y'all do. Some of them do.
No, real men protect women, and that's why they don't vote for rapists. Whose child is this?
Some of us.
Jamie, what's that?
Hey.
Yes, my topics will absolutely change after Kamala leaves. I'll go back to talking about the things that I started talking about when I came on this app.
I just saw that you muted me. Why did you mute me?
I didn't personally mute you. You probably said something dumb though.
Okay.
You came up here
No,
to talk
I
about
just-
that?
No. Why would I do that? That's silly.
Who was that? Oh, Mutang muted you. So there
Who
you
is
go.
that?
One of the
I'm
mods
sorry.
muted you.
They say you did say something dumb in the comments.
Yeah, it's not dumb. It's just my opinion. I'm sorry.
What's your opinion?
When it has to do with politics, isn't this what this is about?
Sure. What's your opinion? I didn't see the comment. I didn't read it. So what'd you say?
No, but I heard that guy just talk. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, because the comment said that you did say something ridiculous. So I'm asking you, what's the ridiculous thing that you said?
Because we didn't
I don't know. I'm trying to go back because I'm literally
You
like.
won't be able to go back because it was muted. So that means it's deleted.
Okay, well, I apologize. So, I want to know, what do you love about Kamala so much?
Her name is
I
Kamala.
just genuinely want to know.
Her name is Kamala, and then I'll tell you.
Kamala. Sorry.
There you go. All right, cool.
I watch her things all the time. I literally on the news all the time. I watch both parties. So I just generally want to know, what do you love about her so much?
Do you have any kids, Jamie?
I do.
You do? How many kids
I
you
have a 2-year-old.
You have a 2-year-old. Oh, okay. Do you plan on having any more?
It depends on the economy and everything.
Depends on the economy. I got you. Would you say that like imposing tariffs that cause us to lose thousands of farmers, and then those farmers have to sell their farms to mega farms, and then those mega farms are the people that start supplying our grocery stores, and now the grocery store prices are higher because of that? Would you say that impacts your ability to be able to take care of your 2-year-old?
I think the president we have right now, that's supposed to be doing what she's supposed to be doing, isn't doing anything.
We have a woman president right now?
No, we have Biden, but you know what? He supposedly, backed out of it, and
No,
now
he didn't. She's
has
not
the
anything.
power.
She's still the vice president.
No, you're right. She's the vice president, which means she actually has more power. She has more power.
Than the president?
She does everything for the fucking president. Really?
Can you tell me about what Mike Pence did as vice president?
Excuse me?
Can you tell me what Mike Pence did as president? Vice
Why
president?
No. We're not gonna go back in fucking
Okay,
history.
you didn't answer my first question, and now you're not answering my second question.
Why are Democrats so narcissistic?
I'm not a Democrat. You didn't answer my first question, and now you're not answering my second question.
No, I came on here to explain something to you. Okay? Can I do?
Go take a nap and drink some water.
And go bathe.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ. She didn't answer my first question, then didn't answer my second question, and then said that I was a narcissist. I was nothing but nice.
Well, the other two black women on the panel, she told all of us to say goodbye to our freedom. That's why she got muted in the comments.
Oh well.
Interesting.
Tough titty, said the kitty. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Yeah, she needs to. I hope that baby don't need anything in the middle of the night, because she don't sound like she equipped to handle any children right now. Yeah, women voting against their own interests is crazy. What does that say,
Yeah. So weird. I don't know. Like, people keep thinking that she's the sitting president. She's not. She's not sitting vice president.
No, I hope no. I hope she's not still breastfeeding. That's definitely not okay.
That's crazy work.
If I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, I'm actually a communist. I'm actually the thing that you guys are afraid of.
I'm a leftist.
Yeah, like I'm actually that thing. Not like this. Not like VP Harris. Like I'm actually the thing that you guys scream about.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man?
LGJ, what's up?
Hey, so man, seems like this is like a whole political debate thing going on, right?
Thank you, David. I appreciate you, friend. W David in the chat. You're amazing. Sure.
Yeah, so my whole thing is, why would people be voting for her right now? Like, in your personal opinion, after how she's mishandled and kind of did a little bit of a misinformation over the whole hurricane situation going on.
She didn't mishandle or give misinformation.
Well, I mean, with the whole $750 thing right now. With
Yeah,
the
that's
whole,
not,
like,
sir. That's
I mean,
that's the amount that you get from FEMA. You know what the $750 is for?
Yeah, it's for instant relief.
Yeah. What do you use the instant relief for?
I don't know. I mean,
Food.
most likely for any. Yeah, I was about to say,
like
most likely for,
diapers,
food and, like,
formula, stuff like that. Yeah, and then after you get your $750, you fill out a claim form for all the things that you've lost, right? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then FEMA will assess it and then cut you a check based on, you know what I'm saying, the maximum allowable. So how did
Yeah,
you
that's
like?
true.
That's for immediate
Yeah,
needs.
but
It's the same thing we've done in every other natural disaster in American history, and the amount used to be lower. It used to only be $700.
Correct. Did you have the same energy LGJ for Hurricane Maria that hit Puerto Rico in 2017?
of course.
Yeah, when
Yeah, of
Trump
course.
was withholding funds.
Yeah, no,
He was
I
throwing
asked
Okay.
the
paper
same
What
question.
about when North Carolina was hit with a hurricane and they asked for $900 million and Trump sent less than 1% of that?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I agree with you.
Yeah. What about when
I
the
feel like
the
when Trump
hurricane
said-
hit the Northeast and he refused to help them at all because they didn't vote for him?
I'm
What
not
about
gonna
the
repeat
California
that, but I know
forest
he
fires?
definitely underhanded that one.
What about the California forest fires that he refused to provide assistance for?
Yeah, I'm here in California. I mean, on our news, on our side of the news, we were getting completely different information that we were actually getting. He was actually sending people over from other states, like other fire agencies, like, and we.
No,
that is
those states were sending themselves. He didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, I was in the Navy during that time, and I did
So
volunteer
now it
to
makes
help, so
sense.
that way I could. So, and I volunteered to help, so that way I can, kind of just get out of doing whatever the fuck I was doing, since I wasn't doing that.
LGJ, what is your race?
I met a lot of people. I'm black.
What'd I tell y'all?
Just why? Why you had to be a black? Your pronouns are he, him?
I mean, I don't use pronouns, but yeah, like
You don't use. You just said, bro. Just said I don't use pronouns. He started the sentence with a pronoun and said he don't use them. That's crazy.
You just use the pronoun. It's an objective one. I is an objective.
Yeah,
pronoun.
no, I mean, I'm reading it in the sense of like I'm not gonna be coming around being like, hey, my name's LGJ,
Us,
he,
we,
him. You know what I mean?
Those are all pronouns.
But like my whole thing is like when it came down, like I'm gonna be consistent across the board. I mean, my biggest problem is the FEMA also admitting the fact that $1 billion went to migrants out of FEMA's funding.
Sir,
what?
why is
FEMA
it that you
themselves
don't?
have reported it.
Why is it that you guys never know what the fuck you're talking about?
Hey, I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm reading the same things that everybody else is. So I mean, I could be misinformed. I mean, maybe you have a better source than I did.
How does FEMA get funded?
Through the government, through taxpayers.
Okay. Who determines how much FEMA gets?
I'm assuming the president.
No. No. It's through Congress.
Okay, makes sense.
So why would you say?
You know that FEMA has responded to these claims and these accusations about the money, right?
When they respond to it?
8 hours ago, 16 hours ago.
8 hours ago?
Yep.
Okay.
FEMA said no disaster relief money was spent on migrant aid whatsoever. Would it be shocking for you to believe that FEMA also has a budget that Congress decides that's set aside for immigrants in case of dire emergencies?
Of course, it makes sense. Government agencies always seem to have like this back-ended, extra funds.
What do you mean? It's not back-ended extra. Bro, what are you talking about?
Like, I mean, whenever like a random curveball comes in, like it seems like every government agency always has extra funds. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. No, it's not hidden. It's part of their budget.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like in the sense of like for the immigrants. So FEMA obviously their main goal is for natural disasters, but I'm saying like it makes sense that they also have something for them too.
So they're Federal Emergency Management Agency. So a federal emergency, right, would be one, yes, natural disasters, but two, right, if there was an unnatural disaster of some kind, right, and also if there's an influx of people who need aid. What happened in 2020, LGJ?
What are you referencing to?
I mean, I think everybody would know what happened
I mean,
in
are you shooting for
2020.
COVID?
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Did
Okay,
COVID
okay.
just happen in the United States, or did it happen everywhere?
Of course not. Of course not. Global.
Global. Okay. Gotcha. Did it happen in Central America?
Yeah.
It did. Gotcha. Would you say that a lot of the Central American countries are impoverished?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So do you think that COVID hurt them more or less than it hurt the United States?
Being consistently, I think it will have to hurt them more due to economic standing. But I would say that it also still just hurt everybody just as bad, just based off of who you ask in a way.
So people that don't have access to resources, you don't think that it hurt them worse?
Well, I'm saying it in the sense of like Italy had the highest population of like elderly, and they had they had a massive shock of just deaths and basically like let's say
We
like
were
2
talking
months, I
about
believe.
we were talking
But
about
like that's
the
what I'm saying. It
United
depends on who
States.
you're asking.
We were talking about the United States and Central America, not Italy.
Yeah, no. So if we're just talking about just those two, then yeah, Central America definitely got hit harder.
Gotcha. Where do you think that those people would go since they're on the same continent when they need help?
I mean, I guess you would come to America, but I mean, you kind of have to go through the legal process of getting help from us.
What is the legal process?
Immigration.
How do you what types of immigration are there? Is asylum a type of immigration?
Yeah, of course.
Gotcha. And what are the asylum laws?
I know you can come in through. I know you can come in through political asylum.
Why don't you just read it?
And oh, look at this. All right.
Now, according to Black's Law Dictionary, what qualifies as asylum?
I should. All right, if you can move one more state over.
What's that?
If you could like move a smidge over, like I read that part. I definitely want to quote it. Anyone who arrives in the United States may apply for asylum in accordance with section this, and that's about it.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter whether they came through a designated port of entry. Doesn't matter how they got here. As long as they're here.
Right. But doesn't asylum not only have limits to that? Because I'm pretty sure there's limits to this, how many people can just flood in for, because I know you can't come in for seeking asylum over economic reasons.
Absolutely you can.
I don't think economic migrants count.
Yes, they do. That's why I asked you. According to Black's Law, what is asylum? Hey, how you feel about roasting somebody real quick? Oh, he ran? That's crazy. Don't you worry about it. Hey yo, why Black Vanilla Ice in the chat talking shit? Like, yo, where did you get that chalkboard in the background, bro? Yo, did you pick that up at like the fucking craft store? What is that? Why do you have that fucking slash cut in your eyebrow? Is this the 90s? Is this the 90s, bro? Hey, listen, I can tell you definitely don't work out. That's for sure. Is this your Plenty of Fish profile? Is that an iPhone 11?
Hey, not too much. I got an iPhone 12.
Is that an iPhone 11? Not you having the Foot Locker t-shirt on and talking shit. Not you not being able to grow a whole beard and talking shit.
Dang. That's crazy work.
He got a chalkboard from Dollar Tree and put it on his wall in his apartment. That's probably dirty.
Cool and shit.
And it's probably dirty. Got his Plenty of Fish profile up there. That's not platinum. That's a silvery chain.
That's a cubic zirconian chain.
Bro. He steal toilet paper from his job. So he could put it in his shitty apartment. Oh. Bro, I'm not the one. I am not the one.
Listen, I do that same shit. Y'all pop shit in my comment section. I put your picture up.
I am not the one.
Box. Let's talk.
Bro got
Let's talk.
Bro stocked shelves at Walmart overnight and steal the toilet paper.
Like, what do we do?
He sleeps on a king size air mattress. It's crazy. He's waiting for Trump to. He's waiting for Trump to send him another stimulus check.
I'm dead.
I thought it was Albie Shore. Bro definitely got a white refrigerator. And it's not even a full-size joint. It's short and narrow. He's still banking on trickle-down economics. And he bought $100 worth of crypto and is certain he's going to be rich.
His name definitely Alpha King 1 on Plenty of Fish. That shit crazy.
He wait for that crypto to hit.
Word, never gonna hit.
That's crazy. He waiting for that crypto to hit right now. He's like, I can't wait. He telling girls about it too. He's like, yo, when this crypto hit,
I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna be filthy fucking rich. That shit never gonna fucking hit.
He waiting for Elon. He waiting for Elon to talk about his shitty coin.
And Tesla.
Oh man. Every other Friday, he be thinking about taking the money back out. He definitely wears black high top Air Force Ones.
That's funny as fuck.
Oh man. He got Shine reward point. He ain't buying nothing from Shine.
You Shin?
Or whatever the fuck it's called. Bro, I don't buy none of that shit. I make my own clothes.
Facts.
Got to rent a center be knocking on his door.
Wait, he not a crypto, bro. He a red pill, bro.
Man.
Motherfuckers that be watching Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels and shit.
I don't know what that shit is called. Like I said, I don't buy none of that shit. Oh, Jolly said he needs me in his live.
I'm ahead on
That was a long time ago, though. I don't know if he's still live. I missed the text message. That was like 30 minutes ago. Oh, I'm not even allowed to go live from that account. I don't even know why I switched to that account. Let's see what's going on with Jolly.
Tax people. Sophia,
Do y'all want to go see what's going on with Jolly? Y'all want me to do that?
if we tax the rich a little heavier, hell, if we tax churches who want to be political, there's so many ways that we can have even more money.
I'm gonna ask him.
Defense budget by 50%, we'll still be the #1 defense spending country in the world, and we'll have a shit ton of money. We have the money, but the empathy and apathy is empathy says we have the money, let's make sure we pay for it. Apathy says, well, how are we going to do that? Right? But doesn't have the same energy for all the other ways we waste money.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but you really didn't tell me where it's really coming from. Yes, we have the money. That means.
Oh, Miss V, thank you. I appreciate you. Miss V said, "Thank you for helping me when my son died in December." Absolutely, Miss V, and again, condolences. I hope you're healing. Yeah, Jolly Good Ginger. I texted him, so I'll see. I'll see what he says. Oh shit. I didn't see this either. When was this? Thank you, Heather. I didn't see it in the tip jar. I appreciate you. W Heather for the $20. W Miss V. What happened to all our Trumpies? They go to sleep?
Probably, most likely.
I don't know if I said thank you to you yet, Donnie, but thank you as well. Yo, that dude will piss me off, yo. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm showing bro the map and everything. Bro said we had a bunch of immigrants move here in the 60s. In the bar. Oh, that's where they're at? They're in the bars? Past their bedtime. I won't care until what hits my home. What was that about?
What was that comment? Don't be weird in the comment section.
Oh, I don't know if you guys know about this, but Alan Lichtman. Or Lichtman? Anyways, he's called the race correctly 9 out of the last 10 times. Lichtman. And he said that Kamala is a shoe-in to win. Also, the betting odds have her up 2.5 points. The betting odds have only been wrong twice since 1866.
Wow.
So
she got this in the bag.
I agree with you, Vicky. I agree with you. I'm worried about what the crazies will do afterwards.
Yeah, you think they're going to do another insurrection?
Well, I mean, they can't because he's not in office. Oh, but they might. I mean, they might. I don't. Shit. Who the fuck knows what these Looney Tunes will try to do?
No, don't sell them short now.
Oh, I'm not saying get complacent. I was just, trying to lighten up the mood a little. Tell you guys some positive things.
Right. Someone said I think they're gonna.
Thank you, T. I appreciate you.
They could.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna play with him this time, though. I really don't think they're gonna play around with him this time, though.
Right, please be prepared, y'all.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna play around with him this time. I don't think that they're just gonna sit around and take it.
Facts. They better not. But you never know. But never don't. My whole thing is, I do agree. Even with
The October surprise should have been the indictment that my man just handed down. Like, have any of y'all looked into that or read any of it? Like, Donald Trump, listen, Mike Pence said that Donald Trump literally said, make them riot. Mike Pence also said that he was telling them, right? That he was telling Mike Pence to accept fake electors. Yep, read it all with highlighters. I mean, he said if he loses, he's going to Venezuela.
He a fucking liar.
But yeah, man. Like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine, Alexa. I'm good. It's that fucking indictment is telling. That's what I said. I can't wait until Diddy spills the beans on him, yeah. I can't wait. I cannot wait. That's going to be the October surprise. That's going to be the October surprise. He going to spill the beans. Oh, soon. Soon, because they just did a press conference talking about there's a whole bunch of other names. And he said multiple times, the prosecutor said, y'all might as well just go ahead and turn yourselves in now. He's like, we know, you know, that we know. So, I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see. And we are going to see.
All right, Jones, I'm going to drop down. Thank you for
All
having
right.
me. Yeah, have a good one.
All right, you too. I think he's going to give him up. Not Trump posting fake pictures of Kamala with Diddy. That's crazy. And then deletes it. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's crazy. Especially when there's so many pictures of him and Diddy together. That's crazy. Somebody's like, bro, you might not want to do that. That's a bad look. Right, and Epstein. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm watching a video right now. I don't know. Ain't looking good. Ain't looking good. Anyways, I guess that's it, y'all. I guess none of the Trumpers want to talk to me anymore. That's it. Nah, what's going on with Andrew Tate and them now? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't never really follow them. So when somebody asks, I was just like, I don't know. No idea. Oh, to like Dean? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. Anyways, all right, y'all. I'm gonna go. Bye, YouTube. I haven't looked at a YouTube comment all night long. Not one. Not a single one. Not a single one. Thank you for all the super chats over there in YouTube land. I need to figure out a way to like have like a sound alert or something when a super chat comes on. I'm gonna figure this out. Cause I damn sure be missing them and I feel bad. But thank you for all the super chats. Thank you, Courtney, Rocksteady. Appreciate you. Doc, Samadhi, Unbased. Thank you so much. I appreciate all y'all.